Welcome to the Sigma Sisterhood channel. If you're someone who values real connections and aims to protect your peace, you're in the right place. Sigma females don't let toxic personalities slip past their radar. They're highly observant, spotting red flags and hidden motives that others might miss. This isn't about judgment, it's about choosing authenticity and setting strong boundaries. In today's video, we'll uncover 10 powerful ways Sigma females filter out negativity, ensuring their circles stay genuine and fulfilling. So, if you're ready to embrace these insights, subscribe to the Sigma Sisterhood channel, and let's dive into these essential tips for a life filled with true, meaningful connections. 1. The too nice red flag. Sigma females have a sixth sense when it comes to spotting insincerity, especially when someone's being too nice. They know that real kindness is genuine and unassuming, not an over-the-top performance. When someone's constantly laughing at jokes that aren't funny, piling on compliments that feel a little too sugary, or bending over backward for no clear reason, a Sigma will pause and assess. Rather than taking it at face value, she wonders, what's the angle? She's seen it before. Excessive friendliness can sometimes hide hidden motives. Maybe this person is trying to win her over for information, influence, or access to her circle. While others might be flattered by the attention, she recognizes the potential for manipulation beneath the charm. To her, it's not about being cynical, it's about respecting her own boundaries and understanding that genuine kindness doesn't demand anything in return. So instead of rushing to reciprocate the energy, she steps back and quietly observes. Does this person's kindness seem consistent, or do they seem to turn it on when they're trying to get something? True kindness, she knows, is steady, understated, and doesn't need a spotlight. A Sigma female values the real thing, friendships that come naturally without hidden agendas or strings attached. She won't be swayed by empty flattery or efforts to lower her guard. This watchful approach allows her to surround herself with sincere people and keeps her from falling into the traps of those who confuse niceness with manipulation. 2. Observing how they treat insignificant people. Sigma females believe that someone's true character shines brightest in how they treat those who might be considered insignificant or have little power in a given setting. She watches carefully how others interact with waitstaff, janitors, or anyone who may not command immediate respect in social circles. To her, this is a powerful insight into a person's core values. For a Sigma, respect should be universal. If someone acts rude or dismissive toward people they perceive as lower on the social ladder, it signals an entitlement and lack of empathy that can't be overlooked. This behavior often hints at deeper flaws that go beyond what's visible on the surface. When someone treats others poorly in small moments, she knows they may harbor an ugly side they'll reveal later. Unlike those who get swept away by surface charm or social status, Sigma females prioritize respect. They don't want someone who's only nice to people who can help them. This attention to behavior in the seemingly unimportant interactions enables her to connect with people who value humanity over hierarchy. If someone can't extend basic respect to everyone, the Sigma instinctively steps back. She avoids relationships where there's potential for belittling or manipulative behavior down the road. In her view, genuine kindness doesn't depend on someone's role or status. It's something a person carries with them consistently. 3. Seeing through Saab stories. Empathy is natural for Sigma females, but they also have a remarkable ability to detect when someone is using a Saab story to manipulate rather than connect. They can feel genuine pain and hardship, but they've encountered enough to recognize when someone wields their trauma as a tool for sympathy or to avoid accountability. While she listens to those who open up, a Sigma female is perceptive about intent. She looks beyond words to gauge whether someone truly needs support or if they're trying to garner an advantage. For a Sigma, vulnerability is respected, but she can differentiate between sharing for connection and using hardship to influence others. If she senses a story is more performance than truth, she's careful about getting too involved. A Sigma female's instinct protects her from getting drawn into emotional manipulation. She values genuine connection over sympathy plays and isn't afraid to step back from those who try to leverage trauma to escape responsibility. Her support is reserved for those who are honest and authentic, not those looking to gain favor through exaggerated tales. 4. Guarding against the too fast, too soon approach. Sigma females know the importance of taking time to build authentic relationships. When someone tries to rush things, be it a friendship or a romantic interest, they instantly raise their defenses. They've learned that strong connections don't happen overnight and that real bonds need time to develop. To a Sigma, someone who pushes for closeness too quickly often has an agenda. This too fast, too soon tactic can indicate an attempt to bypass the trust-building process, suggesting hidden motives or an unhealthy need for control. Rather than diving in, she steps back and observes, letting the connection evolve naturally. Sigma females are careful not to let excitement cloud their judgment. They enjoy connections that are steady, deep, and built on shared understanding, not ones where someone wants to jump straight into closeness. If someone rushes intimacy, the Sigma instinctively keeps her distance, trusting that genuine relationships grow best over time. 5. The importance of honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. For a Sigma female, honesty is non-negotiable. She believes that even difficult truths are better than comfortable lies, and she doesn't shy away from the discomfort of speaking or hearing the truth. She's not one to sugarcoat her words or go along with pretense just to maintain the peace. She knows that building genuine relationships requires a foundation of transparency, and without honesty, everything else crumbles. When she senses someone being less than forthright, even if it's subtle, she'll tread carefully. She's familiar with the excuses people make for hiding the truth. They want to protect feelings, avoid conflict, or even shape an image that they believe will make them more likable. But to a Sigma, these half-truths are red flags. She would rather deal with a moment of discomfort than be surrounded by people who can't be genuine. This insistence on truth doesn't mean she's harsh or unsympathetic. Quite the opposite. She knows how to communicate with care and respect. However, she has no tolerance for dishonesty, especially when it's motivated by manipulation or a desire to maintain a false image. If someone avoids accountability or tries to deceive, a Sigma female won't hesitate to distance herself. Her circle is built on trust, and she's unwilling to compromise on this core value. For her, true strength comes from relationships where honesty is a given, where everyone can feel safe being their real selves without fear of judgment. This depth of authenticity allows her to forge connections that stand the test of time, bringing her closer to those who share her values and respect her commitment to transparency. 6. Aware of the chameleon personality. Sigma females are naturally skeptical of people who constantly change personalities to fit in with different groups. They recognize that adaptability is valuable, but they also know there's a fine line between being flexible and losing oneself in the process. To her, those who frequently alter their opinions, style, or values depending on their company might be hiding their true selves. A Sigma respects authenticity and individuality, so when she encounters someone with a chameleon-like personality, she's cautious. It raises questions about their true motives. Are they trying to gain approval? Or worse, are they strategically molding themselves to manipulate others? She has seen how the chameleon approach can lead to betrayal or disappointment, especially when such people eventually show their real colors in times of conflict or adversity. Instead of being impressed by someone's ability to blend in everywhere, she's drawn to those who embrace their own identity and don't feel the need to conform. A Sigma herself is unapologetically unique, and she values people who are comfortable in their skin, regardless of the environment. This skepticism toward chameleon personalities helps her protect her energy and avoid investing in relationships that may ultimately lack substance or integrity. In her world, authenticity is power. She surrounds herself with people who are genuine and consistent, ensuring that her connections are based on mutual respect and trust rather than fleeting impressions. This helps her build a community where everyone can be their true selves without fear of judgment. 7. Recognizing the subtle art of gaslighting. As sharp as she is independent, a Sigma female has a keen radar for manipulative tactics like gaslighting. She understands that gaslighting isn't always obvious. It can manifest subtly through dismissive comments, downplaying her experiences, or attempting to make her question her own memory. While others might doubt themselves in such situations, she remains grounded, knowing her own mind and trusting her instincts. She's well aware that gaslighting often starts small, with seemingly insignificant incidents that gradually escalate. Rather than letting her guard down, she scrutinizes words and actions closely when she senses inconsistencies or attempts to distort her reality. She knows that staying in control of her own narrative is crucial, and that manipulative people often use these tactics to erode self-confidence. Instead of getting drawn into these games, a Sigma stays calm and assertive. She won't allow herself to be dragged into an argument meant to make her doubt her own perceptions. Her strength lies in her inner stability. She's rooted in her own truth, which makes her nearly impervious to gaslighting tactics. By refusing to engage in the manipulation, she leaves gaslighters powerless. This ability to detect and reject gaslighting empowers her to maintain healthy boundaries and ensure that her relationships are free of coercive control. It's another way she upholds her commitment to authenticity and respect, distancing herself from those who would undermine her for their own benefit. 8. Resisting those who play victim. Sigma females have compassion, but they are not naive. They're quick to see through people who habitually adopt a victim mindset to evade accountability or manipulate sympathy. They recognize that everyone goes through hardships, but those who constantly portray themselves as helpless or wronged without any sense of self-reflection often do so to gain something: attention, pity, or even control. A Sigma values resilience and accountability, both in herself and in those around her. She empathizes with people who have faced challenges but avoids those who use their struggles as an excuse to avoid growth or responsibility. She knows that true strength doesn't come from constantly playing the victim. It comes from facing life's difficulties head-on, learning from them and moving forward. When she senses that someone is using a victim narrative to avoid blame or to manipulate, she instinctively distances herself. She understands that a relationship built on perpetual sympathy isn't a balanced one. To her, mutual support means being there in tough times, but also encouraging each other to overcome obstacles and learn from experiences. By steering clear of those who constantly play the victim, she ensures her circle is filled with people who value accountability and growth. She's there for others through thick and thin, but won't enable a mindset that hinders personal responsibility. This discerning approach enables her to build relationships that uplift and empower everyone involved. 9. Seeking depth over surface-level interactions. A Sigma female thrives in connections where depth matters more than surface-level pleasantries. She's not interested in conversations that merely scratch the surface. Instead, she seeks meaningful exchanges that reveal insights, passions, and vulnerabilities. Small talk is often unappealing to her because she's aware that her time and energy are best invested in relationships that go beyond superficiality. When it comes to friendships, she's the type to form few but profoundly connected bonds. Rather than keeping a large social circle of acquaintances, she values quality over quantity. Her friends know that with her, they can talk about things that truly matter, share their aspirations, and discuss ideas with substance. This dedication to meaningful interaction makes her an exceptional listener. She's naturally curious, genuinely engaged, and knows how to make others feel heard and understood. However, this preference for depth means that she tends to be selective in her relationships. She won't waste time on those who can only offer shallow interactions or are only concerned with appearances. She respects people who are willing to be open and authentic, and she gravitates towards individuals who are comfortable with vulnerability and self-reflection. This depth-seeking trait can sometimes make her appear distant or reserved to those who only see her from afar, but it's her way of ensuring that her connections are genuine and enduring. In her world, friendships are like rooted trees. They grow slowly but last through any season. When a Sigma female connects with someone on a deeper level, that bond is unbreakable, forged by shared truths and mutual respect. This approach also means that she's not easily swayed by popular opinions or fleeting social trends. She knows what she values in herself and in others, and she won't compromise on that for the sake of fitting in. The Sigma female's preference for depth often leads her to friendships that challenge her, inspire her, and help her grow. These relationships act as her sanctuary, providing a space where she can explore life's complexities without judgment. For her, the beauty of a relationship lies in the strength of its foundation, not in its appearance, and she will always choose a genuine connection over superficial company. In this way, she builds a community around herself that's as authentic and resilient as she is. 10th, unwavering independence in decision-making. A defining trait of a Sigma female is her strong sense of independence, especially when it comes to decision-making. She trusts her intuition, values her judgment, and prefers making her own choices without relying on external validation. This independent mindset isn't about defiance. Rather, it's a commitment to living authentically and ensuring that her actions align with her own values. In a world where social influences can be overwhelming, her independence serves as her anchor. She doesn't feel compelled to conform or seek approval from others. Instead, she thoughtfully evaluates her options, gathers the necessary information, and relies on her own judgment. This approach allows her to make decisions that are true to her own principles, not based on others' opinions or expectations. This independence also makes her less susceptible to peer pressure or societal expectations. While others may be swayed by trends or the need to fit in, she remains resolute, knowing that her happiness comes from living according to her own standards. If a choice feels right to her, she'll pursue it, even if it's unconventional. If it feels wrong, she'll walk away, regardless of external pressures. However, this doesn't mean she's closed off to advice or collaboration. She values the insights of others and respects diverse perspectives, but she ultimately sees herself as the primary authority over her life. To her, true empowerment means owning her decisions and being willing to accept the outcomes, whether they're successes or failures. Her self-reliance can be intimidating to those who are used to groupthink, but it's a source of strength that guides her through both personal and professional challenges. By trusting herself, she can navigate life confidently, making choices that are rooted in her own sense of purpose. This independence makes her a leader in her own right, unafraid to stand alone if necessary. For a Sigma female, living authentically means being true to herself in every decision she makes. She doesn't compromise her values or surrender her autonomy for convenience or acceptance. In a world that often pressures individuals to follow, she chooses to lead her own life. Her independence is her badge of honor, a testament to her commitment to living fully and freely on her own terms. The Sigma female is a powerful embodiment of independence, resilience, and authenticity. She's someone who walks to the beat of her own drum, valuing depth over superficiality, trust in her intuition, and the courage to make decisions that align with her true self. She doesn't seek validation from others. Instead, she finds strength in her own abilities, forging connections that are genuine and built on mutual respect. In a world where conformity is often celebrated, the Sigma female stands apart, unapologetically herself, and unwavering in her commitment to live authentically. Her journey is one of self-discovery and self-reliance. She understands that life is a complex tapestry of experiences, challenges, and growth, and she embraces each phase with determination and wisdom. From her ability to trust her instincts to her preference for meaningful relationships, the Sigma female creates a life that reflects her values and passions. Through her actions, she teaches us that true empowerment comes not from external approval, but from within. It's about listening to your inner voice, making decisions that honor who you are, and never compromising your integrity for the sake of fitting in. She is a reminder that being authentic and true to yourself is the most powerful way to navigate the world around you. If you found inspiration in the Sigma female's journey, remember that embracing your own independence, trusting your intuition, and building deep, meaningful connections can help you create a life that's uniquely yours. Keep nurturing the qualities that make you strong, independent, and unapologetically authentic, because those are the traits that will guide you to a life of fulfillment and purpose. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sigma Sisterhood channel for more empowering content on living with authenticity, strength, and confidence. Your journey to embracing your inner Sigma is just beginning. Step into it with pride,